Well, George, you must be very, very proud, man.
Yeah, I'm massively proud. I think they don't lose very often here, so we knew it was a massive task to come out here. They're big, physical, they've got some quality players, and we knew how big a challenge it was going to be. But I thought the resilience, the ability that the boys had, not when it was going our way, but when it wasn't going our way, to adjust quickly, get together and solve the problems, was outstanding.
But based on a lot of good research and preparation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like I say, last week was tough, and both those Leinster games have been tough. But we've taken huge things from those. You can't underestimate playing those teams. Right? You can watch them and say how good they are. And again, coming to France and playing a fully loaded Bordeaux side who have had some really good results in their league, the last couple of weeks is massive, and the experience is huge.
And you had to play a bit of catch up. We stuck in there, hung on in there, and executed very well key moments.
Yeah, they caught us with a couple of tap and goes and a bit of momentum, which is obviously it's very French, and we obviously got caught off guard. But again, I thought the way they regathered, the way we rebuilt, the way we stayed on task, we never fell away from the plan and tried to solve anything, whether it was going good or bad. And I'm really proud of that, because there were some young lads. There was a few. Bill's playing 10 for the first time in a little while. George at 15 for the second week, but hasn't played a huge amount. I thought Seb and George in the centres were great. And the packs gave us a really solid, up front.
You haven't mentioned Stephen Varney, Albert Tuisu, both had outstanding games.
No, absolutely. I mean, they've had a little bit more game time than those other lads I just mentioned, but no, I thought they're outstanding. Albert, that's that's probably the best game we've had so far from him, which was great, and Steve was brilliant. And that's why I left him on, because he was delivering exactly what we wanted.
And you took full advantage of their indiscipline. It seemed to get worse, and was it because you were reading the game and the referee better than Bordeaux were doing?
I think we created a lot of pressure. I think yellow cards and those sort of moments, they come when you're under big pressure and you've got to make decisions in the moment. And I think if you're getting on top of teams and you're delivering a good solid plan, as we were, then teams try and solve it, and jump out the line and tap balls down, things like that. And the ref was good on that front today.
And what about George Barton's kicking under huge pressure from a hostile crowd?
Yeah, we just mentioned that in there. You don't go many places. Most places people quiet for the kick, or there's a little bit. It seemed like the place was elevated with screaming when George was kicking. But what a great experience for George. You're not going to get higher pressure, more noise than that when you're kicking at goal. So brilliant that he nailed him as well, and I thought he was outstanding.
It means an awful lot to the supporters here. Huge numbers here, terrible journeys, some of them. You must be delighted with their support. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how many was here, but it was a lot, wasn't it? And we saw a lot in the hotel, and we saw a lot in the streets during the day before the game. And I'm just really glad that the money they've spent, as I say, the boys will always give everything they've got, but it's really nice to give a result, and I'm sure those who are staying tonight will have a really good night.
And given your depleted player resources, it just adds to the value and the success you can celebrate with this win.
Yeah, it does. Like I say, there's lots of lads getting opportunities at the moment, which is brilliant for the club, and I think that's testament to how hard the lads and the coaches and staff are working to keep everything moving forward. And we've got to keep hammering our systems, hammering our plays, and you can't just rely on having all your players available all the time. So we're definitely in the midst of that right now, and that makes the result even more powerful, I think.
Right, we do this nearly 20 years with Gloucester. It's probably one of the great nights of European success, so well done.
Yeah, thanks very much.